and I looked and saw the camper flying through there.
Deadly storms in Virginia. 4 people are dead, others hurt. Damage stretches from the 460 corridor from the New River Valley to Virginia Beach.
I just didn't think I was going to make it.
Live team coverage as communities mourn and begin to pick up the pieces this morning.
Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us on Virginia Today here on WSLS 10. I'm Jenna Zib 10.
And I'm Patrick McKee. And those deadly storms that caused destruction and power outages all the way from Louisiana up to Pennsylvania.
Virginia under a state of emergency this morning. 4 people died in this storm. 3 died when a suspected tornado tore through the town of Waverly. In Appomattox County, a funnel cloud left an 8 to 10 mile path of destruction, killing 1 man whose home in Evergreen was destroyed. State police say 7 people were injured, 2 seriously.
We have live team coverage this morning. Aaron Brooks
this morning. Jenna.
Thanks, Christina. Virginia is under a state of emergency this morning. Cleanup will pick up across the Commonwealth and here in our area as the sun starts to come up.
And Governor Terry McAuliffe will tour some of the areas hardest hit today, and that's going to include folks in Appomattox County. WSLS 10's Aaron Brookshire continuing our team coverage this morning.
Aaron, are the streets there pretty quiet? Do you see a lot of people driving around, or has everyone kind of found a shelter for the night?
Yeah, it seems like everyone has found a shelter for the night. The streets were totally empty. The only other car we passed on the way into here was a police car blocking off a road. So as far as that goes, it's been total darkness out here in Appomattox this morning.
And we should mention there is a news conference this morning planned for 7 o'clock. I'm sure we will get more information as day breaks. People are really able to start surveying homes, and the governor also touring the damage later today.
Of course, stay with us on WSLS.com for the very latest coverage. More than 20 people are waking up in the hospital this morning in Tappahannock in Essex County. That's in the northeastern part of the state after a storm moves through the northeastern corner. Some injuries are said to be critical. Several people were trapped with rescues taking place into the street.
Now, if you want to help, Gleaning for the World is getting relief to tornado victims in shelters. The American Red Cross also set up a shelter for people who couldn't stay at home overnight. You can donate online. God's Pit crew out of Danville will be sending people to look at the damage in Appomattox and Waverly to see how they can help and possibly rebuild for families. There is a link to all of those organizations on our website, WSLS.com. When we're not on the air, you can stay up to date on our website, WSLS.com. We'll also post updates on Facebook and Twitter.
And make sure you stick with us.
6 people are found guilty on all counts in the murder trial of Waynesboro Reserve Police Captain Kevin Quick. 4 people were found guilty on charges related to the murder of Quick, while the other 2 were found guilty of being gang ringleaders in a racketeering conspiracy. The jury read the verdict after nearly 10 hours of deliberating. The prosecution says after spending thousands of hours on this case, they're pleased over the verdict.
It was over 10,000.
Morning. Thanks so much for joining us on Virginia Today here on WSLS 10. I'm Jenna Zib 10.
And I'm Patrick McKee. Deadly storms in Virginia as we remain under a state of emergency this morning. At least 4 people have died and dozens of others hurt after tornado reports across the state.
Appomattox, Sussex, and Essex County all hit hard yesterday afternoon as a state of emergency was declared. Right now, Appomattox County schools and Cornerstone Christian Academy are closed. Patrick County schools going in 2 hours late this morning.
And there are numerous reports of downed trees, fallen power lines, and storm damage. 50 soldiers in Virginia's National Guard being deployed this morning to help with the cleanup.
Shelters also open for people, many who have no power. We have live team coverage this morning. Aaron Brookshire is in Appomattox with a look at the damage and how people are starting the cleanup process.
But we'll start off this morning with Storm Team 10 meteorologist Christina. All right, thank you, Christina. It's 5:32 now, and Governor Terry McAuliffe declares a state of emergency as cleanup is underway across the Commonwealth and right here in Southwest Virginia.
He will be touring some of the hardest hit areas today, which includes Appomattox County. That's where WSLS 10's Aaron Brookshire joins us live from this morning. Aaron, what are you seeing there? Cleanup efforts will begin this morning in Waverly, a small town in Sussex County. At least 3 people were killed there, 8 others hurt. State police confirmed the 3 victims, all males, a 2-year-old, a 26-year-old, and a 50-year-old, were thrown from a mobile home during the storm. Local police shut the town down and are enforcing a curfew. People are trying to grasp devastation they've never seen before.
And I saw the clouds getting dark in the back, and next thing I know, the wind just started blowing. It was as fierce as I've ever seen.
It's horrible. Cars were crumpled on the highway. It picked up cars and threw them in the ditch. So it really did some damage.
Emergency responders continuing to comb through debris, searching for those in need. They have established a command center at a local shopping center. We are expecting a news conference from state police at 7 this morning with updates on damage across Virginia.
Now, these severe...
Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us on Virginia Today here on WSLS 10. I'm Jenna Zib 10.
And I'm Patrick McKee. Deadly storms caused destruction and power outages from Louisiana all the way up to Pennsylvania.
Virginia under a state of emergency this morning after 4 people were killed and many others hurt. A 2-year-old child and 2 men were killed when a suspected tornado tore through the town of Waverly. In Appomattox County, a funnel cloud left an 8 to 10 mile path of destruction, killing one man whose home in Evergreen was destroyed. His name has not been released yet. State police say 7 people were injured in Appomattox, 2 seriously. Governor McAuliffe will be touring these areas as 50 soldiers in the Virginia National Guard are deployed this morning to help with cleanup.
We have live team coverage
this morning. Jenna?
Thanks, Christina. Well, Virginia is under a state of emergency this morning, and cleanup will pick back up this morning across the Commonwealth and here in our area as the sun starts to come up.
Governor Terry McAuliffe expected to tour some of those hardest hit areas today, including parts of Appomattox County. That's where we find WSLS 10's Aaron Brooks.
Now, Aaron, I know a lot of people spent the night in shelters last night because you're seeing damage like that across Appomattox County. Have you seen a lot of people out and about so far this morning?
No, and assess this damage later today, Jen and Patrick.
Okay, Aaron Brookshire live in Appomattox County for us this morning, and we should mention that we are waiting on a 7 o'clock news conference from state police, where I'm sure we will get much more information as they've been totaling things overnight.
And the National Weather Service is going to be out surveying the damage later today, and they'll make that determination as to if this is a tornado, which most likely it is. Our storm team's saying most likely it is, and they'll also tell you just how strong they believe that storm was as well. So we'll wait for that later today also. More than 20 people, they're waking up in the hospital this morning in Tappahannock. That's homes into the street.
Now, if you want to help, Gleaning for the World is getting relief to tornado victims in shelters. The American Red Cross set up a shelter for people who couldn't stay at home. You can donate online. God's Pit Crew out of Danville will be sending people to look at the damage in Appomattox and Waverly to see how they can help and possibly rebuild for families. There's a link to all of those organizations on our website, WSLS.com. And as more people come forward saying they want to be part of this restoration effort, we'll continue adding to that list. When we're not on the air, you can of course find the updates on our website. We'll also post those on Facebook and Twitter.
And make sure you stick with the call.
6 people are found guilty on all counts in the murder trial of Waynesboro Police Reserve Captain Kevin Quick. 4 people were found guilty on charges related to the murder of Quick, while the other 2 were found guilty of being gang ringleaders in a racketeering conspiracy. The jury read the verdict after nearly 10 hours of deliberating. The prosecution says after spending thousands of hours on this case, they're pleased over the verdict.
It was over 10,000 hours. Work hours of all the investigators from either the Louisiana County Sheriff's Office, the Virginia State Police, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and all the other agencies that worked together. It was a tremendous effort.
One of the defendant's lawyers says he wasn't surprised because the evidence was powerful.
Amanda Taylor.
In what's news today, the Roanoke County School Board meets tonight to discuss the calendar for the next school year. School scheduled to start August 24th with the last day of school on June 7th. Students will get 2 weeks off for Christmas. Now there are 3 banked days built in as makeup days. Vinton Town Council meets tonight to talk about the chief of police position. The board will go into closed session to interview candidates. Former Chief Ben Cook retired in October.
Contractors hired by Bonatite.
Well, if you had to guess how much it would cost to buy one of everything on Amazon, how much would you think?
A whole lot.
Good guess.
I couldn't even put a price tag on it. They've got a little bit of everything, it seems like.
The answer, nearly $13 billion.
Wow.
That's according to a computer scientist in Zurich who says he does brain-related research. He first determined there were 400 79 million different items available on Amazon, and the average price of an item was about $27.
Wow. That's crazy. Amazon looking to disrupt the clothing industry now as well, so they're going to...
Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us on Virginia Today here on WSLS 10. I'm Jenna Zib 10.
And I'm Patrick McKee, and those deadly storms in Virginia as we continue under a state of emergency Commonwealth-wide this morning. At least 4 people have died and dozens of others have been hurt after reports of tornadoes.
Appomattox, Sussex, and Essex County all hit hard Wednesday afternoon as a state of emergency was declared.
And check out this picture from Dumfries as Tricia Beauvais captured just how large this storm system was. In Southwest Virginia, Daniel Roach captured this funnel cloud video that you're seeing there. Numerous reports of downed trees, fallen power lines, and storm damage from here, there, and everywhere across the Commonwealth.
50 soldiers in the Virginia National Guard deployed this morning to help with cleanup, and Governor McAuliffe will be touring the hardest hit areas. Several shelters also open for people, many who have no power.
We've got live team coverage for you this morning, Aaron, Friday morning.
And the severe weather coverage will continue throughout the morning. We are under a state of emergency. Appomattox County, one of the places that was one of the hardest hit areas in Virginia. They are holding a news conference in just a few minutes. We will be carrying that live right here on WSLS when that happens.
And of course, we're going to have many more updates throughout the day on our website and of course, today on WSLS 10 at noon. Have a great day.
We're taking you live to Appomattox County for a news conference.
The Appomattox County Sheriff's Department working in conjunction with the state police.
All right, that's Susan Adams, County Administrator for Appomattox County. New information we learned, 7 people have been injured, 1 is fatal, and more than 100 buildings have been damaged or destroyed from the storm that moved through yesterday.
Search efforts will continue all day today, and they will be transporting people as necessary, including pets. The area in Appomattox County still considered unsafe, so they're asking everyone, including people that live in that area, to stay out and stay at the 2 shelters that they have set up.
Schools, county offices, and courts closed today across Appomattox County, so really no government business taking place here on this Thursday.
We'll take you live back to the Today Show, but we will bring you more information as we get it on air and online at WSLS.com.